Bottom of the hour. Money Mondays with Melody Hobson. Melody is president of Ariel Investments, a Chicago-based money management firm that serves individual investors and retirement plans through its no-load mutual funds and separate accounts. Additionally, she is a regular financial contributor and analyst for CBS News and CBS.com, and you can find her on Twitter and Instagram at Melody Hobson, and every Monday on the Tom Jordan Morning Show. Sybil, how you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to come on and talk about every now and again. I said,
Sybil, how you doing, Melody?
Melody, you don't know how many times I have gone to Twitter and to Instagram and send a little note to you, and then they say the worst thing you can do is hit send right away. So I take a breath.
It's been a tough couple of weeks. NASDAQ and is down almost 4%. The Dow and the S&P over 3%. So, this gets people very, very nervous. These kind of pullbacks gets people anxious. So I wanted to just put this in context, explain why we're seeing some of this bumpiness and what you can keep in mind on a going forward basis. We've been to this movie before. We know that. So,
you like the movie reference you made there? That was cute.
So there have been a few things happening. The big number one issue has been this China trade war. I mentioned a couple weeks ago we've gone from a skirmish to a war. And China actually, I think, retaliated last week. At the end of last week, they devalued their currency. So what that means is it's cheaper now against the dollar, and that makes their goods, all the things that they sell around the world, cheaper. And so what it does is undercut some of the tariff increase, and it boosts sales potentially of some of these Chinese goods around the world. Investors had a negative reaction to this because they're saying this thing is really could get tough. So that was their retaliation. The other thing we learned for the first time is that the UK's economy, the United Kingdom, shrank for the first time since 2012. Directly related to all of this conversation about them leaving the European Union, which is known as Brexit. We've talked about that in the past. And so is this a sign that the United Kingdom is going into a recession? You need 2 down quarters to be in a recession, mean economic growth to go negative twice. We've only seen one, so everyone will be watching very, very closely. And then here at home, the Federal Reserve cut rates, and that's a sign that the economy is slowing as here as well. So there's this sense that global growth is slowing on top of this issue around what's going on with China, which could be the reason that global growth is slowing.
Now, I read the article in blackamericaweb.com, and it said that over the past year, stocks are still up.
Year over year, stocks are up. Year to date, stocks are up.
Yeah, and you're still in a bull market.
This is not the sky is falling. We're still in an economic recovery. We're still in a bull market. And the other thing is the fundamentals of the American economy continue to look good. Job growth has been there. Wage growth has been there. We've seen consumer confidence stay very, very high. And corporations, their balance sheets remain strong. So even if we do encounter some tough times ahead, the overall underpinnings of the fundamentals of the American economy will be able to sustain itself because it looks good.
Can we sustain it even if we have a president who claims to be a pro-business president, but his actions don't indicate that?
So far, it's very interesting. The market has walked off a lot of the comments that the president has made. The policy that he did implement, which was cutting corporate taxes, was definitely something that pushed up the stock market. There's no question about it. But at the end of the day, I love the comment that Warren Buffett says, markets are stronger than governments. And so we all have to just remember that.
It is very frustrating, and thinking about the politicians who were in Iowa this past weekend, and they weren't even talking to the farmers, and really addressing a lot of those things. But this just carries such a profound weight and effect on people in all areas. I mean, I'm talking about farmers. I'm talking about business people trying to, keep their businesses going and get new iPhones for their kids. Everything is affected by the things he's saying and doing.
I could not agree with you more, Sybil, and certainly we know that these comments are not empty. They actually are sparking people to do and say terrible things. So so far, again, as just from an economic perspective, things are good, but I don't discount anything that you're saying about in the damage that is being done.
More on this on blackamericaweb.com. Money Mondays with Melody Hopson.